Hey YouTube, this is Papa. We are on our last weekend of scouting, going out to some public land around a local lake north of here. I'm probably gonna do some more videos of the scouting. We'll see what happens. I went up to this area last year, back in, I guess it was January, February, early spring. Or maybe just late winter, but I went up here. The reason I went to this place is probably the farthest place that I actually go, and the reason is because the other place, the other area that I normally go, I did a video on it a couple weeks ago, but it's a public land. It's a state park basically, and man, last year. First Saturday of gun season, I think there's like 12 slots, 12 camping sites. Every camping site either had tents, travel trailers, or whatever. Man, it was just overrun, and so I had to find me some other places to be able to go. And so this is one of the places that I kind of found. What I did is, you guys, just give you a hint. You newer guys, if you're looking for public land, get on the internet and look up the Army Corps of Engineers, and a lot of times they'll have Corps land around your different lakes, especially here in Texas. They'll have land around the lakes where you can actually go hunt. Of course, you'll have to look up the instructions and get you a map and everything like that, because they do have some different ones have different requirements about where you can hunt, where you cannot hunt. I am going to also hunt more of the WMA this year, since I'm in better physical condition, better than I was last year. Okay, let me put it that way. Since I'm in better condition, the places where I'm going to be going on the WMA lands are they're more accessible to me. I made a video going out to a couple of different places there also. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get out there. I've got the bike with me. I might do a short video on that. I think I might do a separate video on my carrier that I made to put my bike in the back of the truck. But I've got the e-bike with me, and so we're going to be going in deeper. Just save some time for me to be able to get back in there and do what I need to do. Mark some trees and everything. And when I say mark trees, I'm not talking about cutting trees or cutting limbs or something like that. A lot of guys will use that marking tape. I'm not real crazy about that, because basically it shows everybody else in the woods where your hunt spot's at. So what I do is I use those bright eyes, the little reflective tacks that you can put into the tree. Now you can still find them if you're really looking for them, if you know what you're looking for. But they are a lot more discreet than that 2 foot long of marking tape. So that's where we're heading right now. I'll probably do some more videos. We'll put this thing all together, put it out there. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Maybe get a few tips along the way, and it might help you out. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, we are finally here. It took me an hour and 14 minutes to get here from my house. So this is where we were at. This is down a lonely country road. Doesn't look like anything. You go through some pretty rundown neighborhood back in through there, a lot of abandoned houses and so forth. This is the power line. We're going to be going down this power line. Well, I mean, as far as you can see, really, as far as you can see, at the very end there, it gets up to the top of the hill. We turn off to the right. I'll show you more of that. But this is going to be my spot. I'm probably going to be here 2 or 3 days, all day sits. Once I get back into my area, I got to figure out what trees I got to be able to get me away back in there. It doesn't look like they got a little bit of rain, but you look on the ground, everything's wet because of the dew. It's cooler weather. There's a slight breeze, so that's a blessing. that's a blessing. But here, let me show you my, let me turn over here real quick and show you my setup. There's my hunting bike, okay? There's my bike I want to be using, get back in there. All right, fits perfect in my truck. Just show you here, this is my homemade bike rack. I started a few years ago when I got this thing. I started pricing them. Man, these things are expensive. So what I did is I built my own out of PVC. As you can tell, I've got it measured exactly. I've got zip ties down here. I've got my bed liner. I drilled holes through them, put the zip ties through here so I know exactly how far back and how off to the side I want this rack. You put the bike in and the pedals stop the bike from going backwards, which keeps you from this thing hitting my back window. So that keeps it from doing that. And then you turn the front wheel turn it sideways, put the tailgate up, put a strap on it. It rides perfect. It rides perfect. So I've got another video on my channel showing my setup. I got the 2 batteries and everything like that. Not going to go in that, but we're going to get this thing out and get ready and get on out there. So I'll talk to you in a minute. There's 4 of them that came out, and they got real close. All I've got is my concealed carry. I got my handgun, and they spooked. They took off in the brush, but to the left-hand side, I can hear more. I'm gonna try to get off my bike as quietly as possible and walk over there and see if I can. I'd love to be able to get a shot of a pig. So I was trying to wait for them. They were walking right up the trail towards me, and the smallest one got ahead of the rest of them, and he looked up about 20 yards away. It was facing me head on, and he saw me, and he ran off, and that alerted the others. The others ran off, but I can hear more of them in the brush. So I'm gonna ease on up there and see what I can do. See if maybe we can kill us a pig this morning. Yeah, that was fun. 4 of those pigs came out, and so there was 3 smaller ones and the mama, and they were working their way down the path, and so I figured if I got off the bike, the movement would attract her attention. Well, the little one, he got within about 20 yards, and he saw me, and he bolted, and that's when the other ones bolted. So I got off the bike. All I've got is my concealed carry, my handgun. I didn't come out here to shoot pigs, you know. If I'd had my rifle, oh yeah, we'd had some dead pigs on the ground right now. Because that was easy. That's not 40 yards, 35 yards maybe. So, and
with the scope and everything, I dead sure could hit that. We didn't come out here to do that. So, but it did go down the path. Let me show you. I did go down the path, and I've got something coming up closer to me. They might be coming back, but they were way down here, and the little one got up about right here, and he saw me, and they bolted on the left-hand side back in there. There was a whole group of them, and I mean, there was a couple of big ones, and all I got's a handgun, and I'm gonna crawl in the brush, trying to kill wild pigs with a 9mm. I don't know. You'd have to get a headshot for sure. And right as I started making this part of the video, I heard something moving over there. So I think I'm just gonna stand here for a little bit. And if they come back, if I can sneak up on them and get a headshot on one of them, that'd be great. But let's see what happens. This is just beautiful back in here. Look at this. I mean, there's acorns all over the ground. All over the ground. There are so many trees that you could set up in. And I'm only about halfway down this logging road. We're fixing to head that direction, which takes me closer to the lake. But down in there, there's a whole area like this that's basically, it's open, and it's all oak trees. White oaks, red oaks mixed together. You can see this whole road. This used to be the logging road down through here, and then you go back through there, and it's just grown up. And so, yeah, I came in through that way, kind of making me a path, putting out my bright eyes, and making it, because the plan is to get out here and be able to get down in here and at the tree when it's just about breaking sunrise. So that's the plan. You know, I'm bringing the bike, so I don't know if I'll bring the beast stand. But the plan is to get down here and spend all day. I've already heard a couple, I don't know if they're pigs or deer, but I spooked a couple things off in the thick brush. And of course you saw the pigs a little while ago that I dealt with. That was fun. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going, and let's see what we can find. Well, that's a good sign. Look at the rubs on here. Rubs on the small saplings here. That's a good sign. There's some deer back in here. Real quickly, this is a clearing that's about halfway back in there. Look at this. It's awesome. Just about every tree that you see, if it's not a pine tree or a cypress tree, it's an oak tree. Look at this. And I'm seeing massive amounts of acorns on the ground. Well, I've seen squirrels all over the place. They're chewing them up. I mean, even right here, you see where the pigs they've been busy trying to get them all gathered up. We are heading that direction. We were halfway back to the place where I want to be. Obviously, other people know about this place. I don't know how long that looks like it's been here quite some time. But you know, it's public land. So, but I mean, this is, man, there's all kinds of trees here for a stand. I could bring that beast stand and bring it back here. If I take extra time, I could probably bring that beast stand back here and set it up in one of these trees up high. A saddle would be great. But yeah, this is just awesome back in here. I'm hoping this really pays off this season. Let's keep going. I was going to mark this tree as a good tree to climb on in this clearing. But check that out. I looked down and thought, where in the world are all these big old black ants coming from? They got a nest right there at the base of that tree. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna be, look at him. Look at him right there. I don't think we're gonna be messing with him. See if they come out. Yeah, I ain't gonna climb that tree. That'd be as bad as poison ivy. Of course, there's plenty of other trees I could climb. How about that? I just found somebody's old tree stand. That is old. Here a long time, and I am back in the area where I wanna be. I wanna do some more exploring, but yeah, that's an old tree stand. That's back before. Yeah, that's back before we did things a lot safer. So, little tip, if somebody else thinks it's a good place to hunt, it might be a good place to hunt. There are acorns all over the place, but all this cover, look at this. See, look at that, how this opens. How this opens, man, there are so many trees, and you pick one, right? Pick one. And then wait for, and then see what happens. So, I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring. I'll let you know if anything else pops up. More acorns on the ground than I can count. They're getting chewed up when they hit the ground. But the fact is they are falling. I mean, they're all over the place. So, yeah. So we have found a spot. Okay, I went all the way down the power line, like I told you. Went all the way to the very last pole before it turns to the right. And I'm back into there's a creek. Let's see if you can see it. There's a little creek that goes that way. And then if it heads out that way like that, and it ends up going into the lake. The lake's probably several hundred yards over that way. But this, a lot of it's pretty open. There's tons of acorns all over the place. I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for deer poop, and I'm looking for rubs. Now we got pigs here. See how the pig came and rubbed the mud off the side of its body? They'll coat it in mud, then they'll rub it off. What they're trying to do is try to get some of the ticks and stuff off of them. So there's pigs in here. Oh yeah, all over the place. But if I'm going to be in here, and I'm probably going to be in here with a rifle, okay? Let me find me a tree. And I still got two other places I'm trying to scout today, and it's almost 1 o'clock. So I need to do this quick and then get back to the bike and get back to the truck and get on. So let me pick me a tree here, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Again, plenty of signs of pig. Look at the mud on that tree. Look at the mud on that tree. And you got a path that goes right down through here. So yeah, the pigs are here. I just gotta find the deer. Okay, I think I got me a tree. See that little creek, little ditch runs right there, and it meets up with that big one, and they meet right there. And so these animals right here, there's a place they gotta cross. There's a place over there they gotta cross. There's a place right there. There's a place right here, and there's one down there. And then if they're gonna come up, they gotta come that clear over there is the power line. They're gonna come across that power line and working their way this way. So we're gonna go this tree, and we're gonna get ourselves up in there. Either our saddle or our stand. And it's right diameter. It's pretty straight. And it's far enough back. I'll be in here with a rifle. Probably not my crossbow, but I'll be in here with a rifle. And if they want to cross over, they're gonna have to come down through this way. So we're gonna mark this tree, go get on the bike and get out of here. So Didn't notice it when I rode by here this morning, but this is that pond. It's actually part of the lake. You drive over that area and the water goes up into there. Somebody built them a little platform. It's brand new rope, so they got themselves set up. Good job. Well, YouTube, I have to tell you, I'm very encouraged. I'm very, very excited. This is probably the longest scouting video that I have. I hope you sit all the way through it. Man, I found so much good stuff. That place that I went and visited last year, that's where I went. And tons of acorns, tons of trails. Of course, you saw the video of the pigs. You know, I didn't go out there to kill pigs. If I'd have done that, I'd have had my rifle, and at least one of that big pig would have been dead. I put the phone down because I got my concealed carry, my 9mm, and if they got close enough, I was going to try to shoot one with it. So I just sat on the bike, and you know, there was two more. A big one came out, and the small one come up probably 5-10 yards ahead of the others, and he looked up and he saw me and he squealed, took off and headed to the bushes, and that's when the rest of them spooked. So I sat there for a few seconds. I went ahead and I could hear grunting off to my left in the brush, and I went there and I thought, man, I'm gonna kill me one of the big pigs. And I got in there, and number one, the stickers and the brambles, and then I'm like, I'm not here to kill pigs. If I kill one, what am I going to do with it? You know, I'm not a real proponent of just slaughtering animals just for the fun of it. When I kill pigs, I try to at least take some meat from them. Well, I don't have any place to put the meat. And plus the fact I'm going to be in the bushes with some big pigs. So I let them go. But then I've got a trail marked with the bright eyes and some other stuff. One thing that I'll do, I'll use the bright eyes. Here's another trick, fellas, is as you're going through the trail and you'll come to maybe a little clearing or something like that, and there's some fallen trees. What I'll do is I'll take the branches, the ones that are all broken up and everything, I'll take the branches and I'll put them on the ground, and I'll form like an arrow pointing in which direction you need to go. So somebody walking through there, if they don't know that, and you know, unless they just kick it, and I've never had it happen in 3 years I've been doing it, unless they just kick them out of the way, you're going to get there. I mean, even coming in this next year, when I went a couple weeks ago, I found my way back into some spots because those sticks are still sitting there. They're still sitting there. So I'll put them on the ground and just form like an arrow, pointing in the right direction. So I got my way down in there and back. I found me several trees. You see that tree that had had an ant nest in it? Can you imagine if I'd have come in the dark, didn't know that tree, climbed that tree, and I'm in the process of climbing it, or I get up and climb it, and the vibrations of me climbing up in that tree stirs them ants up? That would not be good. That would not be good. And then I went all the way down to the very end of where the power pole is before it takes a hard right. And there's a creek down there. It's a pretty deep gully. It's like 6 to 8 feet across, and it's not sloped. I mean, it's pretty straight up and down, and it's probably 5 to 6 feet deep. So my old fat self trying to climb through that thing and then trying to get the bike over it, no. So I just stopped right there and I followed that gully into the woods, and that's where you saw the video of me, the very last parts of the video. So I'm very excited about this spot. I got two other places I'm racing to right now. This e-bike, I'm telling you guys, if you have an opportunity to get one and it's legal where you're at, save yourself some steps, some walking, make your time more efficient. And I tell you what I'm gonna do, because I've got that game cart, and I think what I might do with that game cart is I might put that game cart on the back of the bike, because it's pretty smooth. You know, traveling out there, the trails that I was on was pretty smooth. You know, didn't have big giant potholes.
A couple years ago, we went to another area, and the pigs just tore everything up. And I mean, it's hard riding that bike over big giant potholes all over the place in the dirt. But it's pretty smooth. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the game cart, because if I shoot something, I'm gonna need the game cart anyway. I'll attach the game cart, and then I'll take probably my backpack and my sticks and my beast stand, and probably lash it down to that game cart, haul it down in there. And then where I park the bike off into the woods, I always chain it up. After I park the bike, I'll take this stuff, put the backpack and everything on my back, sticks and everything, and I'll carry the beast stand in, because it's not that far then. I've gone, you know, over half. I've gone all the way down the power line, and then trying to get into the woods. If I'm going to be sitting there all day, and these trees that I've picked out, it's very easy to get to. I'm not crawling through thick brush to get to this stuff. So I think that beast stand would work really well. Really well. I got to make a few more changes on it to kind of help me out with some stuff. But I think that's really gonna be a plus. So anyway, let me get off of this phone. I'm going to 2 more places today, but I am not going to do videos for it. I appreciate the few people that have watched these videos, and you know, the different videos of the scouting. I hope maybe I've provided some tips, maybe some knowledge, a little bit of entertainment. I do appreciate you watching. I know I say that all the time. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, recommend my channel to others. I'm not trying to make $1 million off of YouTube. I'm trying to provide some content of real world scouting, real world hunting on public land, trying to figure something out. Now the secret sauce is if I can get some animals on the ground when it comes hunting season. If that happens, that means that all the scouting and everything was worth it. It meant that it paid off. And so I look forward to doing videos of me with animals on the ground and doing some videos showing you how this scouting paid off. So anyway, I hope you have a great season. I hope you're very successful. We'll talk to you later.